Large problems are beginning to arise with silver. Here's a clue as to where these problems are mainly centered. I'll explain as we look around. Isn't it all about the money? For sure.
Also, money is important, but what is it? This is really the most important question because we talk so much about price when it comes to silver that we forget that silver is money in and of itself. It doesn't move as money, even though it's not active money. It is like money in some ways, and as a source of value, it has been one of the most important things over time. That's how we should see silver. But keep in mind that that has to do with cost. That is, what you pay for silver when you buy it and when you sell it.
As of late, this rise has turned that market upside down. Since silver prices have dropped over the last 2 trading sessions, a lot of people have rushed to buy it, which is good news. Yes, it is. And sellers like Summit Metals have silver in stock, but they're probably having a hard time with this because they're so busy. That's what I've seen other dealer websites say. Please be patient with us as we take a lot of orders. We are once again seeing unprecedented demand.
Of course, what does that lead to? The costs go up. I'm going to spell that out for you. Check out Summit Metals when you're shopping around to see what they have in stock and to see for yourself how great their customer service is and how fast they ship.
And it's about getting things and selling them. With this new move to the upside and a small pullback, you can see equal parts of it. Someone had even said that they had sold almost all of their stack. We might talk about some of that in a different movie, but I still think it's important to hold on to physical for a long time. One more thing I want to say is that these rising rates are a sign of things to come, and we're beginning to see that again. We've been here before. It happened back then during the first silver squeeze movement, when a lot of people bought silver to try to corner the real bullion market. When you buy bullion like 999 silver, the fees are going up even though the prices are going down. This means that when you buy silver, you're not really saving that much. Why is that? Because they're realizing what? We don't have as much silver on hand. Because of this, they raise their prices. It's just how the market works. That's what happened during the first silver squeeze in 2021 and 2022, and it's starting to happen again, now that coin shops and traders have a lot of silver, especially constitutional silver. There was a time when people weren't buying as much, but they were selling more. Because of this, a lot of that silver isn't going to processors because they won't take it. Because of this, they are now facing a different issue, one that has to do with what is available or not. There still seems to be a lot of constitutional silver for sale, and the price is still very close to spot. That's why we should probably pay attention to that, right? Silver for the Constitution. It is not being changed by the higher rates at this time. That seems like the right thing to do. Right now, buy this. Because we are silver stackers, we need to be flexible. And if the rates keep going up on them, maybe a little less of this stuff. And coins that are in high demand, like the American Silver Eagle, are likely to be hit the hardest. To put it another way, you'll probably have to pay more for these. And that coin hasn't been affected as much by the price increase as other silver has been. Other silver has been sent to mills, or maybe even turned down by some coin shops in the area. Silver isn't all the same, you see? There isn't that. And that's pretty clear because I learned this the hard way by watching these markets and talking to some sellers out there. Because of this, we have to be flexible with the market. Some people who own a lot of constitutional silver tried to sell it during the current bull run, but were turned down because they couldn't sell anymore. That silver isn't going to help you at all, though. So that's why I think you should mix up your stacking approach and your ability to sell or not. For lack of a better word, I believe we should never sell because we need or want to. That isn't always true, though. It's clear that there will be times when we need cash quickly. Cold hard cash is the thing that can be used right away. So I think it's a good idea to save some of that for things like emergencies that might happen.
Costs you didn't expect so that you can somewhat soften the blow to your silver stack. That's what it's about. But these prices are going up, and I want to warn you not to buy any silver from any company, not even the channel sponsor. Do your homework, look around, and decide if now is a good time to buy. It will all work out in the end, and you will be able to choose what kind of silver to buy based on the prices, and change with the times. Should the prices of some silver items keep going up, I don't think you should buy until the market returns to normal, like it did in 2021 and 2022.
Though there is a change, think of it as a pendulum. It's now going back the other way, and people are getting in. Folks are buying in a hurry, and while I agree that it's a good idea to buy, you should think about the costs of your rates. Is it really worth it? There are times to buy and times not to buy. If you're going to buy, I think you should look at constitutional silver.
That sounds like a good plan. You could also look for privately produced silver bullion with a lower premium, or try to find the best deals on eagles and other sovereign coins. In case you were wondering, sovereign-made coins are the most liquid type of money, even more than bars. That's something we're also learning, but it's good to have options because the market will change again sooner or later, and premiums will go back down. Prices will probably stay the same or go up a little in the coming years, and I say that very specifically. It's a pretty safe bet. I believe we are now done with $20 silver. Some people might argue with me, but I still think that once things get back to normal and the economy and geopolitical issues are stable, silver prices will likely reach a new high support level, higher than the ones we've seen in previous bull runs. To buy silver, but keep in mind that the most it will cost is $54.50 an ounce. That's still a lot less than it was during the last silver bull run, when it was almost $50 an ounce. That was in 2011, and to give you an idea of how much that is worth today, that amount would be $53 an ounce today. I mean, $73 an ounce, and we're not even close to that yet. I still think silver has a lot of room to go up, and most people think it will happen in the next year. One of those people who thinks silver prices will reach $50 an ounce again is me. Yesterday, the price of silver didn't go up much, and today, it didn't go up at all. I want to warn you that it's a good idea to buy silver while I record this video, but it's also smart to keep an eye on the market and buy based on how much you understand. Also, keep an eye on these premiums. Again, I don't blame sellers for raising their rates on goods because they might be running out. Since people are buying it, they have to raise the prices. Because of what's going on in the world, it might be worth it to pay a little more for silver right now, especially during these dips. This is because silver prices could go back up to the recent high. Anyway, you should think about that for yourself. But I want to warn you to be careful and not buy because you're scared. In fact, I read part of an email from Summit Metals. This is very important. Don't buy because you're scared. Buy because you know what's best.